What's up, weirdos? And welcome to Universe of Weirdos. I am your host, Jay Kraft, and we have a very special episode for you today. I'm just here to do a quick little intro before I cut to our live from Indianapolis PopCon show that we did on May 8th in front of a live audience at Indianapolis PopCon, where we were award nominated. Universe of Weirdos was nominated for Best Comedy Podcast. We lost to a cartoon, and I might, I have a little bit of bitterness about that, but, whatever. I have my own opinions as to what comedy is, and other people have theirs. So, I can't be too annoyed with it. I just I never expect to win awards anyways. I just, when you lose to a cartoon, it's a little bit annoying. But no sour grapes on my end. I don't care. It was just fun to be nominated. It was fun to be there. It was fun to be at Indianapolis PopCon. It was a convention of all things pop culture. You had people walking around dressed as Star Wars characters. You had people dressed as all kinds of weird, like, knights and Ghostbusters. And I was wearing a Mighty Ducks jersey with a Mighty Ducks mask that I was walking around with, so I was a little bit in the spirit, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see all these people, going all out for their nerdy stuff that they love and they like to celebrate, and I was happy to be a part of it. And I'm about to play for you our live show that was right there on the floor of Indy PopCon. I feel like I should give you a little bit of an intro first, because it was interesting. Like, the crowd it wasn't supposed to be big. Like, I think the maximum that you could really bring into your chairs all around you was about 20 people or so. I think about one point I had at any given time I had about a dozen people there, stopping and going, coming and going. I pulled in people that were walking by dressed in costume to ask them some questions. I did have to dial back the language a little bit. I did have to censor myself. There was a Star Wars character that had those, like, flesh braids, you know what I'm saying? Like, from, like, Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars, and I really wanted to ask her if the carpet matched the curtains, but there were kids around, couldn't be too graphic. So here is my somewhat PG-ish episode of Universe of Weirdos, live from the floor at Indy PopCon. I want to give a huge shout out to Sean Jones Jr. for being there and participating. He was my first person that I brought up to kind of let everybody know that, hey, it's okay to participate. It's okay to come in and lend your voice to this podcast. I also want to give a shout out to Brandon Peters of The Brandon Peters Show for holding the microphone, for hosting the event, for helping out everybody with their live shows and really helping, bring the whole event together. And Brandon was a really nice guy. It was my first time ever meeting him. He was a really nice guy. He was really helpful. The podcast awards were really cool. I'll talk more about that in the outro. But what are we doing? Let's just get into this, man. Live from Indy PopCon. Here we go. What am I wasting time for?
And take it away.
What's up, weirdos? PopCon, baby. We are live from the floor of Indianapolis PopCon. It is Universe of Weirdos. I am your host, Jay Kraft. If you want to come up, get something from the big-ass prize bucket, I have Mario coins, I have Zelda rupees. All that I'm asking you to do is answer a question. That's it. That's all you got to do to get something from the big-ass prize bucket. Answer a question, you get a Mario coin or a Zelda rupee. It's pretty simple, right? Also, if you want to come up, confess some sins, I got 2 spots next to me here. If you have anything that you want to say, any confessions you want to make, anything that makes you a terrible person that you're looking to get off your chest, I'm here to listen to it. And I will give you the worst advice that you've ever gotten in your life. So I promise that one. So we got the confession booth working. If anybody wants to do any impressions, I can't. So I would like to hear them do some impressions. Can you do one? Come on, come here, come here. Come here, sir. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go grab a live mic. So,
Check.
All right, sir, that I have definitely never met or had on my podcast before. What is your name? Where are you from?
I am Sean Jones, and I am from Indianapolis, Indiana.
I don't believe that's a real name.
No, it is.
I have never met this man before in my life.
No, he hasn't. I've never seen this man in my life.
Okay, so you have an impression. I want to hear an impression.
Okay. All right. I haven't done this impression in a while. So it is former President Barack Obama.
Okay.
Okay? Former President Barack Obama. And I'm trying to see. Oh, he's in Star Wars trying to apply for the First Order.
Okay.
Here it is.
All right.
Like the dark side. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Let me try to match it. Former president. I could probably do a Reagan.
Yeah,
I could probably do a Ronald Reagan. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Barack, I don't recall if I can let you in the new order. I don't know. Is that terrible?
No, that's good.
The very first time. My very first time I ever attempted to do a Ronald Reagan impression.
Yes.
Very
yes,
topical.
Very good.
Super topical.
Yes,
thank you, Sean. Would you like a Zelda rupee or would you like a coin from Mario?
Oh, coin from Mario, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Right out of the big-ass prize bucket. So,
thank you.
Anybody else want one? Come on up. Grab yourself one. Although I do. All right. So you're an older guy, right?
Very old.
Very old. Okay. So you must have been around the game of tag for a really long time, right?
Yeah.
When you were growing up, what was the way that you would determine who was it? Like before you would play tag, before you would play the game, you would start another game, right, to find out who was it. I want to know how you did it. Because everybody determined who was it in a different way. You put your potatoes in, you did the ink-a-bink, my mama punched your mama in the nose, which always made me want to fight.
Yeah.
Like your mom did what?
No, we did rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. All right, here you go. Let's give you Mario coin, Zelda rupee. All right. And if anybody in here did inky, binky, bonky, daddy had a donkey, you're a psychopath.
I was going to do the impression.
Okay, you got an impression?
Yeah, I got an impression.
All right, let's hear the impression.
Okay, I can do Donald Duck sneezing.
Okay, Donald Duck sneezing. Oh, nice. You got applause on that one. Hell yeah. It was way better than my Reagan. I'll tell you. I'm never doing that one again. I have never doing that one again. It's good to see some people around. I like seeing you guys up here. Anybody want to answer the question, how do you make a gun noise with your mouth? Brandon Peters of the Brandon Peters Show. How do you make a gun noise with your mouth?
I think it's front, maybe, like tongue rattling in there. Like,
All
well,
right.
it depends what gun.
Yeah, okay, that's
it depends
a good
what gun.
It
If
always
I-
depends on what gun, right? But everybody does it
Right.
different.
Yeah.
Every kid in the neighborhood always did a different gun sound.
Because
So
if I did like a shotgun, it'd be more like a,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, you got like a, and then you got the really uncreative kid that would just go pow, 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 and you're like, man, you.
And you got the pew-pewers. We're at
Yeah.
PopCon, so there's probably a pew-pew stuff going on.
I bet there is.
Pew-pew. And that's the
All
safe
right.
way to say it on the social, like Instagram and stuff, right? You say pew-pews.
Yeah, they don't even have
don't
gun
say,
emojis anymore. You have to use
No.
squirt guns to threaten people.
If you're talking about it, you're like, pew-pews.
Yeah, you have to send your enemies squirt guns in
Right.
the inbox now.
Right.
All right. So we're up here. We're answering some questions. We're figuring it out. We're figuring out all of the greatest pop culture questions. I want to know what your guys' favorite cartoon cliche is. We've all watched cartoons growing up, and we all know that there are cartoon cliches. There's the same thing that happens in like every cartoon across the board, right? Like you get flattened, you stand up, and you blow yourself back up, right? You can run through a wall and leave a perfect impression of yourself. My personal favorite is when there's some really delicious food somewhere, and then the smell of it comes in the form of a cloud, and it's like, come here, baby. Come on over. Come over to the windowsill. And then you end up stealing somebody's pie, which makes you a dirty thief. But it's a great cartoon cliche. I want to hear some more. If anybody wants to participate, we got a couple over here. Favorite cartoon cliche? What's your name, sir?
Jason.
Jason, it's good to see you.
I usually am a big fan of the one where they are trying to sprint away and are in midair, and then they sprint away.
Oh, yeah. The like for some reason, your feet always made a noise when you tried to run in a cartoon, like you were revving up. That was amazing. Or you could completely defy gravity as long as you just don't look down. Like you can run for 1.5 miles off the edge of a cliff just as long as you don't go, am I about to fall to my death? Yep. And then you're done. All right, we got another one back there. Thank you. You can come up and get something from the big-ass prize bucket. I call it that because it's a big ass.
It's a pretty nice ass.
And it's got prizes in it.
Just kidding. Yeah, actually, it's okay if I say two cliches.
Absolutely. What's your name, though? We need to know who you are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My name's Yao.
Yao, thank you very much for coming.
Hey, no problem, definitely. So my favorite cliche is actually kind of spoke about it. The one where we're running and all of a sudden we're off a cliff and we don't know we're off the cliff yet. Then all of a sudden we come to that realization. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other one is basically as soon as like something scary happens, if you think of Rocco's Modern Life, like as soon as like something scary happens, like their eyes just bulge out.
Oh yeah, I call that one the old awooga.
Yeah,
yeah, that also happens when you see a really hot woman.
Oh yeah,
right here, wooga.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. We'll talk later.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So, also, what are you dressed as, man? All right, we got the microphone back. Sorry, Brandon, I didn't mean to put you to work.
No, you're fine. So I'm an anime character, Roni Kenshin. It's a very old school anime of the 90s. They did a remake in 2016. I'm basically a wandering samurai.
Okay.
Well, technically Ronin. Yep.
The hero, right?
Yeah, basically.
The good guy.
Yeah, a redeeming hero.
I have a follow-up question for you because I appreciate your costume.
Of course, definitely.
What hero is unlikable to you? Is there an ultimate good guy from any franchise across the board that makes you go, I don't know if I want to root for this guy, or I don't even know if I necessarily like him?
Well, okay, I had to really think about this. If I were to choose a hero that I just didn't really side with, I kind of have to go along, don't hate me for this, Batman at times.
Okay.
Batman. Yeah.
No, I hear you. And guess what? I am a gigantic Batman fan, and there's so many times where I have to agree with you on that because it's like, man, you could do a lot more. Like, why don't you take your billions of dollars and invest it back in the infrastructure of Gotham City instead of playing out your childhood trauma? But, I mean, it's all right.
Or better yet.
But I love Batman.
Or better yet, basically you're letting the most dangerous psychotic clown villain off scot-free, no matter how badly he does anything. And then you're not going to kill him? You're not?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I most certainly would. The first time you gas somebody or you did what you did to Barbara Gordon in those comics, I'd be snapping some neck.
Yes.
I would be snapping some neck. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. Now, I have one that it's controversial because he's heroic. He's a hero. He's like, I don't like Indiana Jones. I'm just going to say it. Really? There's just something about it. I know it's blasphemy, but there's just something about him. Like when you take a step back from the guy's adventures, you just go, you would be really insufferable to talk to, dude.
I can
like
see
just
that.
your condescension and your like just I don't know. I'm not an Indiana Jones fan. We're going back here.
Just for the Indiana Jones comment, if Raiders of the Lost Ark, if Indy wasn't even a part of it, the same results would happen.
See, there you go. He didn't even need to be in his own movie. Yeah. Hey, spoiler for a movie that's 30 years old. Catch up. If you haven't gotten there by now, catch up. We got a guy back here. What's up, sir? By the way, if you want to come up and grab yourself I got Mario coins, I have Zelda rupees, I have a whole Just slew of them. Just
I'll
fill your coffers or whatever they like to say.
I'll add to the Indiana Jones. He survived a nuclear explosion by being in a fridge.
I mean, haven't we all done that? Hasn't that happened to every one of us where, a nuclear bomb's about to go
He
off?
jumped out of a plane into a mountain in a raft.
Yeah, you get
So
inside
there's
a
that,
nice frigid air and then...
Fits. The
There you
refrigerator
go.
fits.
All right, so here's my next question, because we are at PopCon, land of the nerd, and I'm looking to evacuate this plane of existence myself. I've been reviewing the Heaven's Gate cult to see if I wanted to join their cult on my podcast, and I've decided that no, because I don't want to eat poisoned applesauce, and that guy doesn't make a whole lot of sense when he talks. But I want to know, since I am looking to leave this plane of existence, what is the best fantasy world to actually live in? Because a lot of these, you hear people all the time, man, I would love to be in the Marvel universe. I'd love to be in Star Wars under this horrible government oppression. I would love to be but the reason why these fantasy universes are interesting and why we like them is because there's so much adversity to conquer and bad guys to vanquish. So I want to know what fantasy world we living in. Let's find it out. We got one over here. Fill the dead air. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, it would be Stargate Atlantis.
Okay. Stargate Atlantis. I don't
Not
think I've ever
expecting
seen
that.
it, but I might need to now. I want to live there. I did see there was a cult that I'm definitely going over them on a future episode of Universe of Weirdos, so look out for this one. There's a cult out there that worshipped Final Fantasy VII, and for some reason they all lived together in this house, and they were like, I'm this guy and you're this guy, and it's like, which I find really weird, because it seems like if you had enough kind of gumption in your cult, or somebody that was a little bit apprehensive about joining, don't you think they would reach out to the dude who's definitely still alive that created Final Fantasy VII and go, hey man, is there anything weird about your characters where they could I don't know, invade my soul and make me the guy from the game, or are we just all believing nonsense? So that one's really interesting to me. Gotham City would be a good world to live in if Batman would invest the money. I definitely think so. Because, you also got Lex Luthor there, too, who's always trying to work an angle, right? So if Bruce Wayne starts pumping all of his money into the infrastructure, suddenly Metropolis gets better. We all live in this wonderful world, and we don't have to worry about superheroes punching our cars. And that's got to be the weirdest excuse to call in late for work, man. I was 20 minutes late, and I know it's the third time this week, but the Hulk keeps fighting dudes. What do you want me to do? Tell him to just stop? I can't help it that he picked up my rental even and threw it at a guy. All right, so are there any fantasy genres that anybody can't get into or see the appeal of? Because I have an issue that I've noticed lately. I love Game of Thrones. You guys see Game of Thrones? Okay, so I watched Game of Thrones, read the books, liked the books and everything. A little too much incest for my liking, but to each their own, I guess. But I couldn't like House of Dragons. House of the Dragon. Did you guys watch that one? I couldn't get into it because it was at least with Game of Thrones, right? You have the characters that you can like. You got your Daenerys flying around dragons, lighting people up. You got Jon Snow being awesome. But with House of the Dragon, it's you start to root for somebody and then you're like, wait, did you just hook up with your uncle? Dude. I was rooting for you until just now. Now I really hope that you die by the end of this episode. And I think she's supposed to be the main character, so I don't think that's coming. But I don't know. But am I the only one? The only one that doesn't like the old Game of Thrones stuff?
Got a pro-incest crowd out here, apparently.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
So I think where we're getting at here is that...
Say hi to your cousins for me, all of yous. All right, so here's one. I want a lot of good answers on this one, because this one, I still don't know the answer. I still don't know the answer for myself. What's the scariest animal that you could beat up with your bare hands? Sean Jones. Yes. Sean Jones, right over here. What is the scariest animal that you could beat up with your bare hands? I'm not giving you time to think about it, sir.
I was thinking a baby cub.
Okay.
Now, I think I can take it out, but it's still a bear.
Okay.
And I don't think I can last long with it.
See,
so.
my original thought was, I bet if I really tried and caught him off guard, I could take out a chimpanzee. And then I was like, no, those things have eaten so many faces. Like, those things, they are undefeated with chewing off fingers, biting off faces. You can't take a chimp. We got a guy walking over here with some Ninja Turtle mellows. I like the shoes, sir. They're wonderful. Would you like something from the big-ass prize bucket for your shoes? I have Mario coins and Zelda rupees. You are more than welcome to have one. Just because of you, I won't even make you answer a question. Just because I like your shoes. He's got the Mellow Ninja Turtles. Wonderful. Give it up.
And applause.
Yeah, and you got an applause break, dude. So yeah, you grab something out of
Good
there.
investment. Good investment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give it up for the Ninja Turtle Mellows. I have some as well, but they're not as cool. You know, I have just the standard colorway. I was going to wear them today, but my wife talked me out of it. She said my shoes matched better, the ones that I'm wearing now. You should always wear shoes that match your pants, apparently. I wasn't aware. But there you go. It matches the shirt, so thank you. I really appreciate you stopping by. It's wonderful. Oh, I love the jester cap. Walking by with a jester cap on. I was a jester in a previous life. That's high pressure. That's high pressure comedy right there. Man. Like, I thought doing a live show at PopCon, that might bring up the nerves, but man, when you're trying to make a king laugh where he's going to cut your face off and then make you eat it before you die. I read Game of Thrones. I know they do weird stuff. But yeah, that's high pressure right there. You don't want to bomb in front of the king. Absolutely not. Like, so, King, soap commercials are weird, huh? You know, what are they even trying to sell in these things, King? Right? It's like, what are you eating, that soap? And then right there on the chopping block, dead. Absolutely. All right, scariest animal. Somebody give me another one. Scariest animal that you think you could beat up. I see a dude right here in the middle that looks like he could take a good amount of people that I know. I think that you could probably beat up a good amount of human beings. But I want to know what the scariest animal you could beat up. I mean, I guess a human counts. Humans can get pretty scary. I could beat up one of those, but they got to be, small.
So the bar right now is baby cub.
Okay, so baby cub.
Right? So, but when he tells people later, it's a full bear.
I could definitely take my
it was a
cat
bear.
as long as I catch her sleeping.
I think something that's something you could be with your bare hands, but you really wouldn't want to, would be something of the nature of like some kind of like wildlife type rodent, like when you see like those wolverines or anything like that.
Okay.
Like you could beat them, but technically speaking, like they nip you a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's like I don't want to be bothered. I could stomp you out, but I really don't want to do it.
Yeah, and most animals you could take if you could get their back and throw the sleeper hold on them real quick. Like you could take almost any animal, but it's just a matter of taking that back.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So all right, yeah, I could. I don't know. I could definitely take a squirrel. I could for sure take a squirrel. Someone go get one. I know how I'm closing this live show. Me versus a squirrel.
I don't trust their eyes.
All right. So, does anybody have any weird beliefs? Anything that you actually believe in that gets people to look at you like, come on, dude. We can talk conspiracies if you want. We can talk fantasies if you want. But I will give you an example so you know where my head is at. I think dragons really existed. I think that they were real. See, we got somebody. Okay, there we go. Oh, we need her on mic.
The scientists lied. Okay, there's no such thing as dinosaurs. They were actually dragons.
Okay, All right, so the dinosaurs were actually dragons. You know what? I can't ignore the fact I'm a big history nerd. I know all about all kinds of world history from all over this vast, wonderful world of weirdness that we've lived in. And there is way too much art from all over the world, all over of every reach of the world, medieval art that has dragons in it.
Dragon's part of the zodiac. You got horse, you got fish, you got all these other real creatures, but yet you have a dragon in the zodiac, and it's like, oh, it's not a real creature. Lies. There is a
Absolutely.
animal called
This
dragon.
is absolutely. I definitely found one of my podcast buddies right here. That's amazing. Yes, there's too many examples of dragons. You can see like 15 BC. Here's a drawing of some dude in China with a dragon. And here, 500 years before that, here's a dude in Africa with in art with a dragon. It's like, dude, they didn't communicate with each other going, there's this fantasy creature you should throw in all of your arts. It would be really cool. So I think that dragons were real. And I think at one point we decided we were going to kill all of them because they were too scary. I don't want anybody coming at me with a dragon, so get all of my dudes with the swords and stuff to go kill those things. Now, did they breathe fire? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, here we go.
Why do we have an animal called Komodo dragon? Why would you name something that's named after a fantasy?
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, because dragons existed. And I believe that the reason why we don't have dragons anymore is because the oxygen in the earth calmed down, so it's not as much oxygen.
Okay.
And so the animals that were called dragons are now lizards, a.k.a. crocodiles and alligators. So
Hey, there you go. We're right there. I am right there with you. I love the passion. I absolutely love the passion.
look at me weird when I say that. But
No, I completely agree with you. Just show them old. Anytime somebody looks at you weird, just show them old art from like, look, dude, this is 500 BC of a dude in China with his pet dragon. Like, come on, man. They definitely existed. And China likes their dragons too. They know something. They know something. I'm gonna go there one day and figure it out. All right, so I would ask what kind of cult you would be able to be recruited into if somebody tried hard enough, but the cult of the dragon over here, for sure. That's all right, I'll join it with you. As long as they have good initiation tapes that I can listen to on my podcast and talk about, because I'm really looking for a really nice cult, but I just can't find any of them. I might start my own, I just don't know, because like, the problem is I would be the kind of cult leader that would go, I mean, give me all your money. That's all you got to do. Oh, you want to be enlightened? $5,500? It's pretty simple. That would be me. That would be me for sure. All right. So, Sean Jones, I want to ask you this because this is a question. I don't know why I want to know your response in particular. But if you were forced to do a sport professionally as your job, what sport would you choose? And it has to be with the skills you have now. We're just saying maybe traditional work does not exist anymore. You have to do a sport. What sport are you doing?
I have really been watching highlights of the game. It's like, I think it's called Highlight.
Highlight.
You know when
Yeah,
they
with the big banana shape.
with the big banana, and then they
you
threw
whip
it
the
on
ball?
there. And I remember watching a clip, and this guy said, "This is the most dangerous sport in the world because we're throwing like billiard balls at the wall, and it bounces back." And then I was like, I think I can do that. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm more in shape than the guys who play the game. So, yeah. So I think Highlight would be
Okay.
my choice.
Well, you picked a lucrative one for yourself, Sean. You're going to be making a whole lot of money playing professional highlight. I personally would pick the dude who comes off the bench in a basketball game, but hey, you go ahead and enjoy your $1,200 a year that they pay you to play professional highlight, but they can't make that much money, right? Highlight players. Man, up until like last year, the WNBA players were making like 20-something grand. I'm like, dude, I make more money than Caitlin Clark? What happened? What happened in this world? All right, so my next question, I want to get somebody involved. Maybe you, sir, standing in the back watching. If you were to be arrested, what crime did you most likely commit? If somebody comes in here and says, you're under arrest, sir, what would be your go-to of going, I think it might have been... Now, don't take this the wrong way, but you strike me as an unpaid parking ticket guy. Like, it just seems like you come out to your car, you see a ticket, and you go, I'm not paying this crap. I was here for 10 minutes.
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, I follow the rules most of the time.
Me too. It's not fun, is it?
Kind of sucks. Gosh. Probably...
Assaulting a podcast host for putting you on the spot?
Yeah. I don't know. I try not to do it anymore, but I've gotten a few speeding tickets.
Okay.
before.
Hell yeah, man. I got a turbocharged car myself. They're fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
So
been
there we go.
speeding around on this thing, so maybe someone will arrest me for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. In the middle, the very beautiful woman with the dark hair that I have never seen. Oh, okay. Well, no, we'll go with you. You're also very beautiful. I'm sorry. No? She doesn't want to participate. That's fine. Okay. If you were to be arrested for a crime, what did you most likely commit? What crime did you most likely commit?
Maybe some property damage.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Get even with some enemies. That's what I'm here to preach. Revenge. We got back here.
Impulsive.
Back here.
So mine, I have a lot of nieces and my daughters, and I've always told them, I used to work at a prison.
Okay.
So I always told them I have connections. So if any guys or any boys mess with you, all you gotta do is let me know. I can make them disappear.
Oh, okay.
I can make them disappear for a carton of cigarettes.
Dang. All right. Well, I will not be asking you any tough questions anytime soon. That's for sure.
And that's just what he'd get caught for.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. All right, so I want to know the biggest fear. What are you guys scared of more than anything? I need to know, is it dragons? It's not dragons. Brandon Peters, what are you scared of more than anything?
Oh my gosh.
Which you can check out the Brandon Peters Show anywhere you get podcasts.
You
Download, like, share, subscribe, all of that goodness. Brandon Peters does a great show talking about movies.
You've done your research. All right, very good.
Yeah, man, I listen to all of your stuff
All
talking
right.
about Batman.
Oh, yeah. That was supposed to be a one-off,
Well,
and people wanted more, so did the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing, but yeah, we'll see. And 2 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be live.
all
on
right.
Stage, so you can win weird prizes on that with weird trivia. You guys, you here all weekend?
I'm maybe.
Maybe. Sean will be here. He's got me. All right. What is my biggest fear? Oh man,
What are you most scared of, I
Most-
guess I should say? Because biggest fear, that could be, I'm scared of dying alone and nobody loving me. And really, I'm looking for something like, I don't know, bears.
Bears? Yeah, something
No.
not like the
Nothing
world today.
existential.
You know, like,
Nothing like never fulfilling my dreams and realizing my parents never loved me. Like, ooh, this is a comedy show.
right. I had you know what? I had a fear coming into this weekend. I kept having dreams that I forgot to bring stuff and be ready for PopCon this year. I don't know why. I'm usually on it, but I kept being having dreams where I was like, oh, I don't have my stuff. Oh no, I don't have the setup. Oh, we can't do the stage.
That is so ridiculously relatable. Every time I leave my house, I think I'm forgetting something.
Yeah.
Every time.
That
And-
or bears or a cub when he's about to kill it and I'm trying to protect it.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I would be more scared of, bears. Bears are pretty damn scary, man. I
Not
don't.
a bear talk today.
Yeah,
Not a bear.
I don't know if
Bears-
I would. I certainly wouldn't mess with one's cub.
Who wins in a
Sean,
fight, a
you
bear or a
psychopath.
dragon?
A dragon.
Okay, yeah.
Dragon can't breathe fire. Has a crushed wing. Missing teeth. Still the dragon?
I'm still going dragon.
Went bear.
I'm still going.
I got her to say
dragon.
bear. So that means Sean's the scariest guy here.
Okay. Yeah, Sean is definitely the
If
scariest
bear
guy
beats
here.
dragon and Sean beats bear.
Okay. All right, so who wants to answer the question, what horror character would you add to a children's show to spice it up for next season? Okay, we got a couple.
Pennywise.
Okay, Pennywise. What are we throwing him in? Bluey or something?
Perfect.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Michael Myers.
Okay, we're throwing Michael Myers. What kid show are we throwing him in? He's got to go into
Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the Nightmare on Sesame Street. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no.
What about Pinhead in VeggieTales?
Okay.
There we go. Go.
He would get a lot of stuff stuck on him, though.
Yeah.
He'd get a tomato stuck in his head.
There we go.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think that would be great. Throw Jigsaw on the Rugrats or something. Yeah, Freddy Krueger against the Power Rangers. I guess you'd be all right if you didn't go to sleep. I don't know. Freddy Krueger seems like one of those dudes to me that, like, the older I get, the more I just go, I don't see it, man. I don't know why he would be that scary. He was a weird pedo, and all I got to do is just not sleep, right? I'd love to stay up all the time. Sleep is my biggest weakness. All right, well, sleep is my biggest weakness. Killed. I don't know how that line killed so hard, but it did. All right, so I want to delete one franchise from fandom history, and I need you guys' help. Because at first I was thinking we could go Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones was the only good part about it, because I didn't like House of the Dragon. I mean, yeah, a lot of cool dragons, but also a lot of uncle, stuff that that was really annoying too, because I liked those characters. I'm like, I could get behind these characters. She's kind of a smart ass. Her uncle's no nonsense and kind of a degenerate. I can see myself in these characters, and then it was like, oh, not like that. Definitely not like that. My brother would kill me, and then I would kill myself. All right, no takers on the. There's no franchises you guys can't stand. There's none where you're like, man, why do they keep making those? Why do they keep making Assassin's Creed video games? No? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Psych. We'll get rid of that show. I agree with you. Those kind of hokey little sitcoms, I'm not a big fan of them either. It's like, as a person who writes jokes, I don't understand how it takes 14 people to write 20 minutes of television, and it's like, I could have come up with better jokes by myself. I don't understand it. All right, but let's pivot into some comedy. If you would add one character to the Avengers as an April Fool's joke, who are you adding? Any universe. We got Sean Jones over here.
I would say Tully from Sesame Street.
Okay.
And he lives in New York, so he's there.
Okay.
But he's not going to do nothing except complain.
All right. I think throwing Oscar from Sesame Street on the Avengers would be pretty cool, too. Because he could just, like, you guys already got a green guy. You don't need me. Right? Man, we got a general walking by out there. Look at that guy. Look at that dude. He's dressed like he's ready to go to war. Lead me into war, Captain. He's not paying attention. He's just walking. I love it. Yeah, I was talking to you. I love your costume. Hey, will you come here? Will you grab the mic for a second? I want to ask you about your costume. I am not the most brushed up on modern pop culture things. I could tell you everything and every guest appearance of Scooby-Doo, but I don't know who you're dressed as.
So, Colonel Caleb from Love in Deep Space.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
And I would assume that's an anime.
So no, it's an Otome game.
Okay.
So it's a gacha style game, so it's a game where you pull for cards.
Okay.
There's 5 main boys.
Okay. So do you think that your character could beat up Link from Zelda? You think you could take him in a fight?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that you could. I mean, you're dressed better than him. You're dressed for
I
war.
mean, I'll take it.
You're dressed for war. He's dressed for
Yeah.
Santa
Like,
helping.
He does.
I don't know,
He does own a fleet, so like, he has his own airplane.
Okay.
Pretty sick.
Yeah,
he also
drop
can
bombs.
manipulate gravity, so.
Dropping
just
bombs
lead 'em
on
into
Lynx's
the
moms. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Here, have some rupees. I stole them from Lynx's dead body. These are for you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And subscribe to Universe of Weirdos wherever you get podcasts. You can hear yourself. That would be fun. Anyone else? You're going to add a character to the Avengers as an April Fool's joke. What character you doing? I might throw that Captain character in there. At least he'd argue with Captain America, like, bro, I got all the ships. Shut up. You got what? Super serum? You'd be nothing without that. No, no one else. We're just going with Sesame Street. All right. That's all right. Captain Kirk in the Avengers? Oh, how annoying would that be, right? Like, Captain's log, nothing, dude. I will hit you with this shield. I will hit you with this shield if you don't shut up. Be amazing. All right, and if you were to have a fictional character officiate your wedding, who would it be? I think I would go with the Mandalorian over here. There we go. We got Hey, Mando. What's up, man? Here, have a Mario coin. I like it. It's not whatever credits from. I'm not caught up on the last season yet, dude. I'm sorry, but I love the costume. I love that you got Grogu around with you. That's awesome, dude. That is a super impressive costume. I gotta tell you, that's really good. Give it up for Mando. Oh, and then there's the other Star Wars lady with the skin braids. Oh my gosh, can we get you on mic for a second? Because I have so many questions about you. I'm a fan of all your work, first of all. I've seen you in all of the Star Wars movies. What's the hair? And this is an audio podcast, so let me paint the audio here. It's the lady from Star Wars with the Ahsoka thing.
They're Twi'leks. So these
Okay,
are
so they're braids, but they look like
Laku.
skin.
Yeah, nope. They're part of they're just part of their anatomy, and that's their head, and they like are sensory things. I'm not.
Okay, so they're like an
sure.
antenna.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've always wanted to know that.
So when there's just two like this, it's a Twi'lek, and they are Laku.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Here, have yourself some Zelda rupees.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not going to carry you too far with the Old Republic, but, you know, you stop off in Hyrule sometime, you can get yourself a chicken.
I can pay off the bounty hunters.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Thank you. All right, so anybody have a fictional character they would want to officiate their wedding? Anyone? I'd like Charizard to officiate my wedding. That would be amazing. By the way, my son is the biggest Charizard fan, so you're awesome. And I won't even make you dance for it. If you want to come up here and get some Zelda rupees, bam, right there. Zelda rupees, Mario coins, all for Charizard, the dragon of the day. There you go. Get yourself, fill your fire pit full of them. Thank you. I love it. I love it. And Mom's looking great, too. I assume Mom, right? You're looking awesome. I love the hair. It's looking great. All right, so anyone? Okay, so Mr. Spock officiating your wedding. Mr. Spock officiating your wedding would be so dull. That would be the most. Do you logically agree to take this woman? Yeah. Like, it is not logical for you to be marrying somebody that is that much better looking than you. What are you doing, sir? You must have a lot of money. All right, so this one was interesting. I was kind of hoping that, like, maybe I could bring somebody in on this one. This is a little bit deeper of a conversation, goes back to, you know, like the dragons we were talking about earlier. Now, if video game NPCs were to become like self-aware and unionize, what do you think would happen? Like, what do you think would happen if they start making demands? What demands would they make? No more cars on the sidewalk running us all over? if you pay for our services in this video game, you can't kill us and take your money back. I don't know. Like, what do you think is, Brandon, what do you think is the most egregious thing that people do to NPCs in video games?
I don't know. Modernly, I'm not a big gamer, so in modern times, I don't know. But back in my day with like old Zelda games, especially like Zelda 2, it's like, what are you doing in my house?
Yeah, you just walk into their house. Like, there would be some much stricter breaking and entering laws in video game world.
They all took place in Canada, apparently, where they don't leave their doors locked. And
NPCs would just be like, hey, look, for one, you guys got to stop coming into our house. This isn't cool. I mean, for me, if I were to ever get persecuted or prosecuted for the crimes that I've committed in video games, oh boy, I would be subject to some stuff, because I like to play through a video game and then I like to play it again where I just go through and just kill everybody and steal all their stuff. And it's like, I'll take this. Thank you. You have a really nice, or like, I also had that issue, too, when I play a video game of taking things too personally. So you'll walk past a character who's like, watch where you're going. And I'm like, oh, watch where I'm going. Watch this, buddy. And then I just beat them to death. And it's, something that you can't do in the real world, or otherwise you'd get arrested.
I think the Grand Theft Auto community would have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think they would,
probably.
Too. That would be one fantasy world that would be very, very rough to live in, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that I have a whole lot else. I'm really happy that you guys are here. But we got one back here.
I was gonna say, if I were Donkey Kong, I would have Mario arrested.
Yeah.
For throwing barrels at me.
I mean, Mario does just kind of go into other people's territory and just start wrecking shop, doesn't he? Going into the how you getting into this castle, dude? You got into a whole castle and you're just throwing things around, torturing my kids. I might be on Bowser's side. I don't know. But that's going to be it for me for my PopCon Live podcast performance. Stay tuned for Nerd and Life with Sean Jones Jr. coming up next. I am Jay Kraft, your last chance to evacuate planet Earth before it is recycled. And you can find Universe of Weirdos on all of your podcast feeds. Anywhere you listen to all of your entertaining nonsense, I'm right there covering the weirdest weirdos from all across this weird world. So be sure to join me twice a week for a very fun podcast, and I will see you next time. And maybe I'll see you next year. Peace out. See ya.
All right, one more time for Universe of Weirdos. Very wonderful debut here on the podcast stage.
And there you have it, live from Indianapolis PopCon. Best Comedy Podcast nominee, baby. Universe of Weirdos, the best thing going today. Now, congrats to Sean Jones Jr. He won for Best Family and Kids Podcast, which, gotta be honest, that category confused me a little bit, but just to be nominated in Best Comedy is pretty awesome. So we're both there. We both got beat by cartoons, so whatever. So check out Nerd and Life with Sean Jones Jr., award-winning from the Indianapolis PopCon Awards. And also check out the Brandon Peters Show. If you like hearing people talk about old-school movies and TV, that's a good one for you. So met some pretty decent people at the old PopCon. Some guys who did a detective podcast. That's pretty cool. I met a guy who set the Guinness Book of World Records for riding one of those one-wheel little Segway type of things across the country. So that was pretty interesting. Also, I mean, obviously the highlight's Dragon Girl, right? I wish I would have got her name. I could have kept in touch with her, been buddies with the old Dragon Girl. That was a lot of fun. So anyways, yeah, sorry if you expected me to be a little bit more edgy. You expected the language to be there a little bit, and like get a little crude. I'm sorry that I kept it PG for you. So titties, motherfucker, shit cunt. There you go. That should hold you over, right? Until the next time. And I will see you next time. You can find me on my socials, jcraft247 over on X. I am Universe of Weirdos on Instagram. And of course, send me all of your feedback and questions to universeofweirdos@gmail.com. And I don't want to hear any more about donkey lips. please stop sending me things about Michael Bauer, aka Donkey Lips. I am going to finish that up. I'm going to have my final word on Michael Donkey Lips Bauer in our next episode, because somehow that became our most successful episode, and not to my excitement. Our Michael Ray Bauer and reviewing his stance on comedy has become our most listened to episode. Donkey Lips himself has responded to it, and it's just been cringy all around. So, I don't know, guys. I guess like, rate, review, share, subscribe, all of that stuff on whatever podcast you're listening on, whatever podcast platform you're listening on, rather. And I will see you guys next time talking about Donkey Lips, giving our final words. See ya!